With Season 3 literally around the corner for Diablo 4, it's time to say bye-bye Barbarian to Fjoden, my trusty Barbarian, that has carried me through Season 2, the Season of Blood. My build for Season 2 was the Hammer of the Ancients build. I used max roll for the outlay of the build, but as I moved into the end game, I had to apply changes. Throughout the season, my Barbarian has struggled with defense and armor issues. Dealing damage hasn't been an issue thanks to overpower and focus on damage to close enemies. The use of Hammer of the Ancients and armor that applies additional tiers to HOTA. With this build has reliably dealt damage into the tens of millions, easily dispatching most Nightmare Dungeon bosses up to level 90. However, the issue with armor has had me stuck at level 90 on Nightmare Dungeons. I have attempted to boost the armor of Fjoden by changing out the aspect of might for the aspect of disobedience and applying royal skulls to my jewelry. But alas, no real improvements have been seen. Armor that I used for this build was T-Bolt's Will, awesome for the increased overpower damage. I've been using Tuskhelm of Joritz the Mighty, which kind of like stacks your Berserking with Berserking, increasing damage by 15%, gives you additional fury per second, and also 10% cooldown. By far my fave item for the Barbarian so far. I've also used Banished Lord's Talisman, which gives me guaranteed overpower after spending 300 fury, plus additional damage to any critical hits that overpower as well. Rings are a double unique effort with Ring of Red Furor, which gives me a guaranteed critical strike, plus additional damage after spending 100 fury, and Mother's Embrace, which works well with the AoE of HOTA by refunding 25% of the resource cost after hitting 4 enemies at the same time. Weapons are really treated as stat sticks in this build. I have paid attention to anything that gives me overpowered damage, damage to close enemies, strength, and boosts to overall stats. This build is easily able to solo Duriel and to solo Echo of Lilith, so it has been great fun to play. I am not sure how viable it will be moving into the next season with the nerf to HOTA coming into effect, but still may be worth a try on your Eternal Realm Barbs. Paragon board focused primarily on strength and overpowered damage. Glyphs I selected were Ire for the berserking damage, Territorial for the damage to close enemies, Might for some more berserking damage, and some damage reduction from close enemies, Crusher for additional damage from maces, which were my weapon of choice this season. And finally, the seasonal Tears of the Blood, which gave me all-round damage increase, and is by far my most favorite glyph and something I am going to miss the most after this season. Expertise was the two-handed mace technique, as again, this was my weapon of choice this season. Overall, I have really enjoyed Season 2, and I am now looking forward to getting stuck into Season 3. I plan on running Sorcerer for Season 3, and potentially going for the Meteor Sorcerer build, so please like and subscribe if you want to see how this build handles and develops throughout Season 3.